Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a cooking video of me making some chicken enchiladas. Hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm starting off with seasoning our chicken breasts. These are just boneless, and I have 4. I'm seasoning with salt and pepper, and now I'm going to be adding some cumin. The recipe that I'm using is by Tyler Florence, and I'm going to be leaving the entire recipe and instructions in the description box, so be sure to check that. I also, after the cumin, add some garlic powder, and then I'm finishing off with some taco seasoning. This combination of seasonings really gives the chicken nice flavor for the enchiladas, and this is my first time making them, so honestly I thought they turned out really good. Now, you want to season both sides of your chicken. Obviously nobody wants bland chicken, and I'm actually browning the chicken now in a skillet. I would say the chicken was almost completely cooked through. Also keep in mind the enchiladas do go in the oven, so even if you just get them brown, it will finish cooking in the oven. So I would say mine were probably cooked through about 75-80% at this point. And then for extra flavor, one of my favorite things to do when I'm making any Mexican inspired dish, I like to squeeze lime juice over the chicken, like I just did. It just adds a really nice touch of flavor to your meat. And then once the chicken finishes browning, I'm going to let it rest off to the side, and I'm going to be working on the rest of the ingredients that go inside the enchiladas, starting with red onion. I personally love red onion, and I'm going to be chopping this up quite fine. I don't like big chunks of onion in anything, and the recipe did say to chop it as fine as you can. So after I finish doing the mincing, going back with my knife just to double check, make sure everything's cut really small and even. Now the same pan we browned the chicken in is what we're gonna also saute our onions in, just to give it some extra flavor. And I did add some more lime juice to the same pan, just to help deglaze and get all those yummy brown bits from the chicken to come up, and that's also gonna help flavor this dish. I add a little bit more oil here. I'm just cooking with avocado oil. Use whatever oil you have. Usually I like to cook with olive oil or avocado oil. So you just want to cook the onions until they get nice and tender and translucent, like so. And then, as you can see off to the side here, I am now just going in and shredding up the chicken breast. You do want to shred them because, again, we are making enchiladas, so you want to make sure each enchilada has a nice amount of chicken distributed throughout. So this is very simple and easy to do. Your chicken's going to be nice and tender, so you can just shred it up with a fork. You can use your fingers as long as your hands are clean, especially during this pandemic. Make sure your hands are clean if you're going to be, shredding it by hand. Anyways, once you finish shredding the chicken breast, we're going to add all of that back into the same pan with our red onions that I've sauteed, and we're just going to mix all that together so it's evenly combined throughout the pan. Just watching this again is making my mouth water. It looks so good. Alright, so the next part of the recipe is to add a can of chopped green chilies. I will say I am still frustrated because I forgot an ingredient in the recipe, which was to add some peppers in adobo, chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. I forgot to get a can of that at the store, but I did follow the rest of the recipe by adding in some corn. I just used what I had on hand, which was a bag of frozen corn, so I just threw that right in. And it's okay, again, if it's not completely cooked through, because like I mentioned, this is going to finish cooking in the oven. So once you get all that stirred, we have to add tomato sauce. I just bought a jar of the traditional ragu sauce to mix in. The recipe really didn't specify like any specific brand or type of tomato sauce, so I just figured that would be simple. Now I'm preparing my baking dish and tortillas. It said to use corn tortillas. Let me tell y'all, these were super hard to work with. I followed what it said and microwaved them first and then wrapped them in paper towels. They were falling apart on me so bad. You guys are gonna see I like split and ripped some of my enchiladas, which was a fail. It was very frustrating, and this actually became super messy for me because you have to coat your tortillas in the enchilada sauce, which is what I poured in the bottom of the baking dish. I don't have a lot of counter space in the kitchen, so I had to just use the actual baking dish to coat my tortillas. So this just got really messy. As you can see, like, it's all over my hands, but at least it turned out really good in the end, right? So again, I'm just adding a little bit of the mixture into each tortilla, and then I go back and add some shredded cheddar cheese because it's gonna get all bubbly and melted in the oven. It's gonna be so good. And then you can top these with sour cream and cilantro, whatever you like, on top after they come out of the oven. It was so good, I promise. And then once I finish getting all the enchiladas made and in the baking dish, I pour the rest of the red enchilada sauce over top and then add the rest of the shredded cheddar cheese on top of that so it melts and get bubbly. And that's pretty much all you have to do. Just let the cheese melt on them in the oven and then you're good to go. So this is what they look like before I put them in the oven. I forgot to film a clip of what they looked like after, but you guys will see my thumbnail and see that's how they came out, nice and bubbly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.